Thank you. Thank you so much. First of all, for the invitation for myself, and I'm so very honored to participate for this round. And let me that I start my timer, that not exceed for the 10 minutes. Actually, that's again, that's the very huge topic related to the entrepreneurship, or as a matter of fact, as far as I can see that even as the topic that you selected, and I will go through that one. I saw that it goes through the even same like as my philosophy, as I call it, as the golden triangle. As far as you know that, therefore for the golden triangle, that I try my best always to make simplify and facilitate and harmonize about the complexities, about the complex concept, specifically right now over here, as you mentioned that. Therefore, you are putting myself as the one other golden triangle to approach about the management, engineering, and the technology, if I'm not wrong. Therefore, as the golden triangle, almost right now more than 1,500 golden triangles I created. But related to this topic and related to the point that we want to mention, again, as the base of the management point of view, I can say that we should consider as the wing of the eagles, or we call it as the eagle wing. For the flight, as like the eagle, we need the two wings. Not only as the entrepreneurship, also we need as the entrepreneurship. We should not forget about the both resources that we have. If you go through the entrepreneurship, of course, we are looking through the outside resources that we have it, and we try to get them and bring them inside for the company, university, enterprise, or any place. On the other hand, also we have the entrepreneurship. For the entrepreneurship, that we have the internal resources that we have. I want to highlight this point, even that we can find and even we can invite and observe the very good resources from outside the enterprise. But if we don't have the platform and infrastructure inside, also they cannot do their job perfectly. Therefore, we should consider as these 2 points as the managerial point of view, first of all, to get the very good productive or as approach for the productivity. On the other hand, we can see that as the trend for the managerial or management methodology, like as the waterfall, lean production, Six Sigma, Kanban, all of them as the very good methodologies that we deal about all of them. But all of them lead to the agility. And nowadays, we see the trend and always goes through the agile or agility. As a matter of the marketing aspect, also as the, for example, the new concepts for the 4Ps changed to the 4C, 4O, and right now we go through the 4A. Also, my model added as the 2 other for the 4Ps, and we reached to the 4+2, and one of them as the agility. Therefore, one of the other main points that we should consider based on the management, we should consider about the agility aspect. On the other hand, as the engineer point of view, we get accustomed to that one due to the all kinds and the basic paradigm for the engineering part. We can see that everything goes from the digit logic or the digital logic 0-1. But we have to, and we have seen that this trend of the paradigm change to the fuzzy logic. Therefore, the other base of the thinking, if we want to be successful based on the main portion that we are looking for it as an entrepreneurship or something, we have to go through the fuzzy logic, even as the engineer point of view. To the trend, as we can see, the trend of the engineering from 50s, everything goes through the designing. After that, move to the analyzing as the 90s. And for the third millennium, not designing, not analyzing, we are tending and forward for the integrity. Therefore, the point of view for the managerial and after that for the engineering, we have to go through the integrity, and we will see that even as the engineering part they are much more focusing about the integrity for the third millennium. The last not the least, as the technology point of view, of course, for the different countries, we have the different levels of the industry, and we have the evolution of the industry, industry 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, and nowadays all of us, we heard about the industry 4.0. And we see that how it's happened through the technological part, through the data bases, big data, clouds, everything, blah, blah, blah. But it will not as the finishing. Of course, it will not finish. This is the reason the after of the 4.0 era, we reach nowadays to the 4.5 as the technological point of view. What's going on for the after industry 4.0, and we call it as the 4.5, something like that. We go through the AI as the artificial intelligence. Everything goes through that one and try to make it simplified, or we can call it as the much more applicable. Therefore, one of the other points for the successfulness through the technological part, we go through the applications, everything. And we can see that for the gadgets. And the success of the companies and enterprises nowadays, how they can provide the user-friendly applications. And the last not the least, as the nano products, nanoparticles. Therefore, these are as the other golden triangle for the technological point of view as AI, applications, and the nanoparticles. To wrap up all these things, as we can see that, and we can say, because everything through the, of course, as the entrepreneurial or as the university or anything, of course, we need to look at it very practical. All of us, we heard about the global. Think globally, act locally. That's very common. I just only make my terminology and I call it as the global. Learn globally, but pay locally. This is one of the points of the successfulness of the entrepreneurial universities in India, that you make it, therefore, the target market that you have already selected, and for the state and blah, 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 everything. Therefore, no need that they go outside of the state, no need to go out of the India. Therefore, you are bringing the global learning and global approaches, but they pay as the local one. Therefore, we call it as the global. On the other hand, when you go through those kind of these universities, as you mentioned, that we try to change the other concepts. Competitors becomes as the collaborators. Therefore, no need that we have the competition. Of course, we have the other story about the blue ocean, red ocean, and we are so very familiar about that as 7 steps that how we can proceed from the red ocean and go to the blue ocean. But the whole concept of that goes through this one. And we change, and this is the art, how we can change the competitors to become as the collaborators to us. The last point, I just only 1 minute I have time, I want just only mention. Again, the other point is the joint venturing, specifically for this kind of the universities, as the private one or something. Joint venture, we try to change it to the partnership, not to be just only as the joint venture. Because when we go through the joint venture, we have the financial, technological, and also for the human resource provider. But we want to change it as the financial partner, not the provider, technological partner, human resource partner. Not only for that one, we have the very, very basic and essential part. We call it as the market partner. Your state, India, your place, and all the categories as the SDP or something like that, you go through it, you have a very high opportunity to observe, because everybody wants to invest now. Everybody wants to try to share their ideas and the experts and everything about as a technology or something. But they are looking for the market. And the major point And the successful part is that who are providing the market, and we call it as the market partner. In this case, you have the best opportunity for all those parties that I mentioned, that not even as the three parts for the marketing concept as I mentioned right now, even as the global collaborations, and even as the partnership. This is as the main parts and the other golden triangle that you can proceed for that one. Just only on time at the 10 minutes. Done. Thank you.